Well, good morning, everybody. Meteorologist Scott Allens here. We do have some winter alerts out there. Now, it's interesting because some of them get a little bit spotty as we head further north. But this morning we are dealing with, well, we will be for the next several days, a lot of different kinds of weather for us. We have some fog out there this morning that we're dealing with. That rolls itself, well, even into the Umpqua Basin, as you can see. Foggy start to the morning. Potential for some flakes to be falling as early as today, but I think where our bigger threat's going to be tonight. Anything that does fall for today is not going to stick around. We have mainly liquid sunshine, as I like to call it, but we have a much cooler week ahead across the board, and it's going to be a rough go for the Coast Range, for the Cascades as well. Good news, though, for the mountains. We got to keep that in mind. But boy, yeah, we have the potential for some flakes making it into our area. Is it unheard of? Of course not. You know this, but it's just one of those things where over the next several days, it's going to look how much we're just tap dancing between mix and snow and rain. And all these models are slightly different. So I'm just kind of giving you my breakdown and where I separate from them. But for the most part, we're looking at the best chance of snow as early as tonight, I should say, but it's going to stick around. Look at that. It just continues one system after another. So as soon as you get over one thing, we're just on to yet another, right? So boom, there we go. That's going to be our week ahead. On paper, potentially up to an inch of snow around the Eugene area, but it won't really stick around because we don't have the conditions that are going to allow it. Now, I want to show this because here's that little tap dancing. This model is leaning more towards the snow. It's not really showing a good job of mixed. I'm leaning more towards a much more of a mix here, but just always like to let you know if one forecast model says it's the potential, I'm at least going to give you the information, but I disagree where it's heading. The general gist of it I'm embracing. Could see some snow falling overnight. As we roll into the later hours, though, then the temperatures start to warm up and we do see a shift towards, but don't write off the chance for some snowflakes as early as today and just following us through the forecast. So it's going to be very interesting the next week on tap for us. So we're only starting off into the low 40s for you today. In fact, we're going to top off in the low 40s and then bottom things out below freezing. That's where it gets interesting. That's where we bring in the better chance at some snow. Not for the coast, though. It's going to get just plain old damp out there. No big shocker. Some 40s and just rain coming down and not really much of a break until potentially the weekend when we warm things up. Feet of snow in the mountains. I think I've seen as high as 5 feet of snow in some areas. But this is really good news for a snowpack because Mother Nature kind of shut everything off and now it's just turning it on. But the Umpqua Basin, as I said, your chance at this point statistically is Thursday, but I would pretty much cut and paste the chance for a snowflake pretty much throughout the week, maybe Wednesday getting a little bit of a breather. But the Willamette Valley tonight, potential into Tuesday, and then maybe a little bit of break on Wednesday. But there returns that chance for rain and snow. Again, is it a huge threat? Not really. I think with the way the temperatures are going to be, we should be fine. The mornings are something where you're going to want to pay attention because if this stuff lights up, it's going to potentially be frozen when you start off your mornings. And then as we roll towards the weekend, temperatures warm up a little bit and our overnight lows get above freezing.